There is a certain kind of child who grows up in a home full of love, parents who read the books, who never raised their voice, who said, "I love you" before bed every single night. And yet, that child learns to shrink in the kitchen, to read the room before speaking, to scan their parents' face for permission to exist fully. Not because the love was missing, but because the love came wrapped in something heavy, something invisible, something they were never supposed to carry. From the outside, it looks like good parenting, but from the inside, the child feels a strange distance they cannot name, and the parent cannot see it, because how do you see something you built with the best intentions? What follows are 7 patterns, 7 ways that well-meaning love quietly teaches a child to feel unsafe, not to blame you, but to help you see what they might not have words to tell you. The first pattern: you are so supportive that they have become terrified to let you down. You want to be the parent who does not crush their child with pressure. So you say things like, "I do not care about grades, I care about effort. Just do your best, that is all I ask." It sounds gentle, it feels like freedom, but to your child it lands differently. Just do your best, okay, but what is best? Where does best end? How will I know when I have done enough? A child's brain craves edges, craves finish lines. When you hand them a goal with no ceiling, they do not feel free. They feel lost in an open field with no direction, and so they assume best must mean perfect. Best must mean keep going until someone tells me to stop. You smile when they bring home a good grade, but when they bring home something less, your face changes. Just for a moment, a flicker, a micro expression you did not even know you made. They saw it. Kids are brilliant readers of faces. They catch the tightness in your jaw, the half-second pause before you say it is okay, and they store it, they file it away under things that disappoint my parent. So they push harder, stay up later, stress longer. Not because they love achievement, because they are chasing that look on your face, the one that says I am proud, the one that feels like safety. And the cruelest part, they never know when they have done enough, because enough was never defined. So they keep running toward a finish line that keeps moving. And slowly, failing a test stops feeling like a setback. It starts feeling like failing you. When love feels like something you have to keep earning, even in a home that swears it is unconditional, the child stops trusting the words. They start trusting the weight in their chest instead. The second pattern: you share too much because you believe honesty builds trust. You want your child to know you are human, that life is not perfect, that you trust them with the real stuff, so you let them in. You mention the bills on the counter, the tension with your boss, the fight you had with your partner last night. You tell yourself this is healthy. This is what open families do. But here is what happens on the other side. Your child is sitting at the dinner table, listening, and somewhere in their small body, something shifts. They stop being a child in that moment. They become a witness, a holder of things too heavy for their hands. They start watching your mood when you come home, reading your sighs, wondering if today is a good day or a hard day. And without anyone asking them to, they begin managing you. If I stay quiet, maybe I will not add to her stress. If I make her laugh, maybe the tension will go away. If I do not ask for anything, maybe she will be okay. This is what psychologists call parentification, when the child becomes the caretaker, when the roles flip so quietly that no one notices until the damage is already done. You wanted connection, but what you handed them was responsibility they were never meant to hold. And the worst part, they will not complain, they will not tell you it is too much, because they love you, and they think this is what love looks like. So they swallow their own feelings, they retire their own needs, because yours already take up so much space. And once a child learns that their job is to hold you together, they stop expecting anyone to hold them. The third pattern, you have become so calm that you have disappeared. You learn the techniques, the gentle voice, the regulated tone. When your child screams, you do not scream back. You kneel down, soften your face, and say, "I hear you. I see that you are having big feelings right now." And you think you are doing everything right. But your child is looking at your face, and what they see is nothing. No frustration, no sadness, no crack in the armor. Just a smooth, steady wall of composure. Is anyone actually in there? Does what I feel even reach them? Or am I just talking to a wall that learned how to sound warm? Children do not need you to mirror their chaos, but they do need to know their emotions land somewhere real. That when they cry, something in you responds. That when they are scared, you feel it too. Not perform calm, feel something. When you respond to every storm with the same measured tone, your child does not think, "Wow, my parent is so emotionally intelligent." They think, "Maybe my feelings are too much. Maybe I should not bring them here anymore." There is a difference between being grounded and being gone. Real presence sometimes looks messy. Sometimes it sounds like, "Yeah, that really hurts, huh?" Sometimes it means sitting in the mess with them instead of narrating it from a safe distance. Your stillness might feel like peace to you, but to a child it can feel like reaching out and touching glass, clear, smooth, and impossible to get through. So they stop reaching. They learn that emotions are things you handle alone, and the space between you grows, not because you did something wrong, but because you did something too perfectly. The fourth pattern, you are so afraid of rejection that you have stopped saying no. Somewhere along the way, you decided that boundaries might hurt the relationship, that saying no might make them feel unloved. So you became the parent who bends, who negotiates, who gives in when every part of you wants to hold the line. One more episode, one more snack, one more night in your bed. And every time you tell yourself, "Just this once." But your child is learning something else entirely. They are learning that your words are soft, that if they push long enough, the wall will move. That the rules are not really rules, they are suggestions, and suggestions can be ignored. Here is the part that stings. Children do not resent boundaries, they resent not knowing where the ground is. When you say no and then cave, your child does not feel loved. They feel uncertain, like standing on sand that keeps shifting. They push against you not because they want to win, but because they are testing. Is this solid? Can I trust this? Will you hold? And when you do not hold, they feel it, not as relief, as instability. Boundaries are not punishment. They are not rejection. They are the walls of the house that keep the weather out. They tell your child someone is steering this. Someone knows where we are going, and that is what safety actually feels like. Not the absence of no, but the presence of something solid beneath their feet. When you are afraid to disappoint them in small moments, you start protecting them from everything, and that is where the next pattern begins to take shape. The fifth pattern, you rescue them before they ever learn to struggle. Your child forgets their lunch. You drop everything and drive to the school. They mention a difficult project. You are already halfway through planning how to help them finish it. They have a conflict with a friend. You want to call the other parent and sort it out yourself. It feels like love. It looks like protection. Every instinct in your body says, "Fix this, make it easier. Do not let them suffer." But every time you swoop in, their brain files away a quiet message. "I cannot do this alone. Someone has to save me." We think we are helping, but we are teaching them that discomfort is dangerous, that struggle means something has gone wrong, that they are not built to figure things out on their own. Children raised on smooth paths do not become confident. They become fragile. Their self-belief has no roots because it was never tested against anything real. A forgotten lunch is not a crisis. It is a lesson. A failed test is not a tragedy. It is a chance to learn how to get back up. A lost friendship is not something to fix for them. It is something to sit with them through. These small moments of friction, they are not trauma. They are training. Next time the urge to rescue hits, try something different. Instead of jumping in, ask them, what do you think you could try? Then wait, let the silence sit. Let them feel the weight of the problem before you lift it off their shoulders. Because the child who never forgets their lunch is not the one whose parent always remembered. It is the one who got hungry once, who felt that empty stomach and thought never again. That lesson stays, your rescue does not. The sixth pattern, you wanted to be their friend, and now you have lost your footing. You swore you would never be like your parents, cold, distant, unreachable. You would be different, the parent who actually listens, who gets it, who your child wants to talk to. And somewhere along the way, you got what you wanted. They talk to you like a friend. They push back on rules like they are negotiating with a roommate. They know exactly which words make you fold. But here is what you did not expect. You have started walking on eggshells in your own home, afraid to say the wrong thing, afraid to lose the closeness you worked so hard to build. Friendship runs on equality. Parenting cannot. The moment you blur that line, your authority has nothing left to stand on, and your child feels it, not as freedom, as uncertainty. Children with parents who want to be liked more than respected do not feel closer to them. They feel unmoored, like sailing without a captain. They might enjoy the open water for a while, but eventually they will need someone to steer, and they will look at you and wonder why you never took the wheel. Here is the hard truth. They will tell you everything except the things that matter, because when you care more about keeping the peace than holding the line, they learn to manage you instead of trust you. You are not supposed to feel small in your own home. You are not raising a buddy. You are raising someone who will one day have to make hard calls, hold difficult boundaries, and stand firm when everything in them wants to cave. A friend says, do whatever feels good. A parent says, do what is right, and I will be here when it is hard. Years from now, they will not remember the nights you gave in. They will remember the nights you held, because that is what told them you were safe. The seventh pattern, you believe that love alone is enough. You love your child deeply, completely. You hug them, you see them, you show up for every game and every hard night. And somewhere inside, you believe that if you just love them enough, everything else will work itself out. But here is the quiet truth that breaks most parents when they finally see it. Love without shape becomes chaos. Warmth without walls becomes a room with no edges. And a child standing in that room does not feel held. They feel lost. When there is love but no structure, children start reading emotion as permission. If my mom loves me, she will not stay upset for long. If my dad loves me, he will give in eventually. If they really love me, then this rule does not actually count. You say because I love you. They hear because there will be no real consequence. And so they test, not because they are bad, but because they need to know where the edges are. And when they push and nothing pushes back, they do not feel free. They feel afraid, because a world without edges is not a world. It is a fog. Here is what no one tells you. You are not supposed to love your child out of consequences. You are supposed to love them through consequences. Holding the line is not a failure of compassion. It is the proof of it. Because I love you is not the escape hatch. It is the reason you stay firm when staying firm is hard. It is the reason you let them feel the weight of their choices instead of carrying it for them. It is the reason you say no when everything in you wants to say yes. Love is the warmth, but structure is the shape that holds it. Without both, there is no home, just heat escaping into open air. If you heard yourself in any of this, I need you to understand something. That recognition you just felt, that is not failure. That is the beginning of something important. Most parents never get here. Most parents defend, deflect, decide the problem is somewhere else. But you stayed, you listened, you let it land, and that willingness to look at yourself honestly, even when it is uncomfortable, is the exact quality your child needs most. Not a perfect parent, a parent who sees. Children do not remember the mistakes as much as we think they do. What they remember is what came after. They remember the night you sat on the edge of their bed and said, "I think I have been getting something wrong, and I want to do better." They remember the shift, the softening, the moment they realized you were not just raising them. You were growing too. That is what heals, not perfection, repair. So start small, pick one pattern, just one, notice it this week, not to punish yourself, just to see it clearly, and when you catch it, do something different, even once, even imperfectly. That is enough. That is more than enough. One day, your child will be grown, and they will look back at their childhood not searching for the moments you got it right, but for the proof that you tried, that you cared enough to change, that your love was not just a feeling you had, but something you built and rebuilt with your own hands. You do not have to be the parent who never made a mistake. You just have to be the parent who saw the mistake and chose to grow anyway. That is the only legacy that matters, and it is still yours to write.